Welcome back everyone, this is Rubid and we are going to be summarizing Module 8 for the Real Estate Salesperson program from Humber. This is Course 2, Module 8, Lesson 1. Let's get right to it. Okay, so Lesson 1. Lesson 1, they talk about like the materials used for exterior walls. There's several types of materials that can be used for exterior walls. These materials include brick veneer, brick masonry, vinyl, metal, and wood siding, stone, cement, and clay bricks, and stucco. Stucco? I believe it's stucco. If I'm pronouncing this wrong, please forgive me. Thank you. So the difference between brick veneer and brick masonry. There are two types of brick houses, brick veneer and brick masonry. The main difference is that the bricks in solid masonry construction hold up the house, whereas the house or the frame of the house is holding up the brick in brick veneer. So solid masonry is bricks holding up the house, and then brick veneer is basically the house holding up the brick veneer. Okay, the other differences include thick walls, door jabs, and windowsills in masonry due to the two layers of bricks being laid compared to one width in brick veneer. Brick masonry houses typically have distinctive patterns of header courses and masonry arches not seen in brick veneer. Also visible distinction is weep holes in brick veneer that are not present in brick masonry. Potential problems with exterior wall finishes. Most wall finishes are good at protecting the outside of the house. Potential problems may occur. Issues that may include moisture damage, cracks, punctured or wrapped siding, rotting wood, or insect infestation. Issues with exterior walls. Some of the problems that occur are that may include are lean and bow in walls, rafter spreading out of plumb walls, wavy walls, cracks, stone discoloration. Many of these issues may be cosmetic rather than structural. Cracks are the main indicators of problems in exterior walls and may be caused by shrinkage, temperature change, foundation movement, and settlement. Some cracks may be hairline and not indicate major concern. However, all cracks in exterior walls should be investigated to determine or prevent any potential serious structural issues. So this was lesson 1. Lesson 2, they talk about energy efficiency considerations. Excuse me. So there are different types of insulations in residential structures. Some of them include glass fiber, mineral wool and rock wool, cellulose fiber, vermiculite. God, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, please forgive me. I gotta go back and read this part. I have no idea what vermiculite. I forgot what this is. And then there's spray foam. There's foam board. These insulations may come in foam, wool, batt, slag, pellet, roll, and loose fill forms, which determines how they are filled into spaces and cavities. Different areas in the house require different thermal resistance values of installation, known as R values. The higher an R value, the greater resistance to heat transfer and better insulating properties. Attics typically need the highest R values of insulation, while basements require the lowest R value. Considerations for insulation found in residential structures. Types of insulations may contain properties that could cause health problems. The main types of potentially harmful insulations include urea, formaldehyde, foam insulation, UFFI, vermiculite, and asbestos. God, these are hard to pronounce. Should I try one more time? I'm gonna try pronouncing it one more time. Okay. Formaldehyde foam insulation, vermiculite, and asbestos. They have been banned in Canada, but older houses may still contain these types of insulation. It is considered too dangerous to remove hazardous insulation. In such cases, the insulation should be left undisturbed. If insulation may be stripped from a house, its removal and handling must be done by trained and licensed specialists. Home sellers are required by law to disclose any material latent defect, including unsafe insulation. Potential buyers, salespersons have an obligation to identify such defects and to bring them to the attention of the seller. Salespersons must help sellers understand their legal obligations and, when necessary, to recommend that sellers seek legal advice. The importance of energy efficiency. Heat loss and heat gain are key factors affecting energy efficiency in residential structures. The Ontario Building Code sets the guidelines for energy efficiency in the construction industry and is complemented by the R2000 energy efficiency system. However, the more modern EnerGuide and Energy Star rating systems are now generally used to audit the energy efficiency of a house. Homeowners can improve the energy performance of their homes by retrofitting the property by using green building practices and automated systems. Homeowners can reduce energy costs and contribute to positive environmental benefits. Alright, let's move on to lesson 3. Lesson 3, they talk about interior walls. Probably the same thing. No, actually a little bit different. So the functions of interior walls, basically they act as dividers in a house, separating one space from another to form individual rooms. Some of them may hide different building components such as wiring and plumbing and can be used to display artwork, photos, and accessories. They also serve as a backdrop to TVs and other furniture. The difference between load-bearing and non-load-bearing walls. Interior walls may be either load-bearing or non-load-bearing. Understanding the difference between the two is useful for a salesperson so they can properly inform buyers who may be planning to contact third-party professionals in potential renovation work. Since load-bearing walls support the structure of a house, removing or altering one, even if by mistake, could have catastrophic consequences. The change could negatively affect the structural stability of the house, resulting in substantial repair costs and possibly personal injury. Removing a non-load-bearing wall would not cause such problems since these walls do not provide any structural support. A salesperson should always recommend that buyers turn to third-party professionals for advice when considering in changes to walls. Finishes for interior walls, basically they can consist of plaster or drywall. Both are made from gypsum. Another word I can't pronounce properly. Gypsum. They're both made from gypsum. Sorry. With aggregated and fibers occasionally added to strengthen and stabilize the material. Plaster is more time-consuming, labor-intensive, and costly to install than drywall because it requires specialized skills for its preparation and application. Given its limited use, it can be difficult to find someone who is experienced in its installation and maintenance. Drywall, however, comes ready-made and can be cut to fit the shape of any wall. It is faster and cheaper to install than plaster walls and has therefore become more popular to use in residential construction. Although it does not have the same sound and air barrier benefits offered by plaster walls, the better informed a salesperson is about the interior walls of the house, the more benefits they can offer sellers and buyers, which could lead to increased business through referrals and good reputation as a salesperson. So let's move on to lesson 4. They talk about enhancing property appeal. So basically making the property looking good. First impressions outside. The aesthetic and visual appeal of a property can assist in sale of a house and can help get best price for the seller. The outside of a house is the first thing that the potential buyer sees. The interior of the home can influence a buyer's decision on whether to view a house. Certain features may increase the curb appeal of a home, such as landscaping, paths and driveways, lighting, and exterior structures/features. First impressions inside. Uh, Inside plays a large role in buyer's interest and sale price of the house. There are many features that can add to the interior appeal of a house, such as ceilings, vaulted, tray, domed, and so on, walls, wainscoting, crown molding, glass walls, and so on, floors, hardwood, tile, carpeting, and so on. Bathrooms. It is commonly said that the kitchens and bathrooms sell the house because there are two rooms in a house that can immediately impress or disappoint buyers. Bathrooms are designed to be functional and to meet the hygiene needs of a home's occupants. Some key bathroom features could include toilets, shower heads, wet rooms, and heated floors and heated towel bars. Kitchens is where families come together to enjoy food. It is typically the heart of the house. Some of the most appealing kitchen features can include countertops, kitchen sinks, and kitchen islands. Internal storage. Storage capacity of a home can affect how appealing it is to some buyers. Homes can be built with or upgraded to include features that can increase the saleability of a home, such as mudrooms, staircase storage, and shelving. Technology upgrades. Most technological innovations for automatic homes have been developed in recent years to offer greater comfort and convenience, energy efficiency, and security for homeowners. These include thermostats, security, household appliances, and etc. Lesson 5, they talk about conversions, retrofits, and renovations. Converting, retrofitting, and renovating a property involves meeting specific legal requirements before any work can be done. A property owner must inquire about where a building permit is needed. Building permits in Ontario outline the location, extent of work, and conditions imposed for any construction work and building inspections required. These required steps for applying for a permit involve applying for the permit, review the application by the municipal building department, granting of permit by the municipal building department, inspections by a building inspector. Misconceptions and consequences. Potential or current property owners may mistakenly believe that certain types of construction work will not require building permits or need to satisfy legal requirements. Others may wrongly believe that obtaining a permit could be costly and difficult. By contacting their local municipality to find out about requirements for any planned construction work, they can avoid any serious consequences, such as no required building permit to construct work, stop work order imposed by building inspector, order to demolish or redo construction work, additional unplanned costs, mortgage application and financing problems, insurance claim issues, fines, and imprisonment. It's funny how I was just talking about this to my friend yesterday. He was trying to get a gas line. He already has a gas line in his house, but he does not have a gas line that goes to his kitchen. So he wants to install a gas stove in his kitchen, but he wants to extend the gas line from his backyard into the kitchen. So I was just telling him, I'm like, yo, before you make any rash decisions, make sure you have a proper licensed guy who can work with gas, first of all. And second of all, see if you need a permit for this, because I believe working with gas does require a permit. So that's what I told him. I'm like, just do your research. I'm not the most experienced yet, but do your research. But to the best of my knowledge, I believe you do require. There are, I know for 100%, you need a permit for any electrical work, but I'm pretty sure you need a permit for any gas line or things like that. All right, back to the topic. Let's go back to uh, the lesson. So, building inspector. A building inspector is a municipal employee who ensures that any conversions comply fully with the Ontario Building Code. When a building permit has been issued to a property owner, the building inspector will perform periodic inspections to confirm that all work meets legal requirements. If violations occur, the building inspector can halt construction until issues are resolved, or order any illegal performed work to be demolished or rebuilt. Unincorporated townships in northern Ontario have no municipal authority and therefore no building inspectors. Depending on the scope of their plans, property owners will need to contact one or more of the following offices for information about building permits, legal requirements, and subsequent letters of conformity or zoning conformity permits. If all requirements are met, Municipal Service Office of the Ministry of Municipal Housing, Ministry of Natural Resources, Ministry of Transportation. So you gotta go through all these people just to get a permit. I mean, I understand the hassle, but I believe it's definitely worth it to just be on the safe side. So conformity and appraisal principle stating that the land must be utilized to reasonably conform with the existing standards of the area in order to maintain maximum value. Okay. So fire code and electrical safety authority. Conversions of structures for residential use must follow specific fire code regulations in accordance with the Ontario Building Code and electrical safety protocols imposed by Electrical Safety Authority. These regulations also apply to self-contained units known as accessory apartments, for example, a basement apartment within a house. Factors impacting conversions. Plans to convert a structure for residential use may be negatively impacted by local zoning bylaws. Potential buyers or potential buyers or property owners should consult with proper authorities to avoid any costly mistakes that could occur when buying property that may contravene the local zoning bylaws. All properties must comply with the Ontario Building Code. And will often cost more to renovate and upgrade to modern standards due to the extent of renovation required or the legal obligation to retain existing features for historical or design purposes. Insurance and finance. Conversions of commercial listed or heritage buildings may require different types of insurance, specialized construction work, and additional permits and inspections. Insurance companies may refuse to insure a converted property or change property owners high premiums. Since conversions may exceed planned budgets, potential buyers need to consider financial implications of converting a structure for residential use. Discovering in advance what they might need to spend could include a buyer's decision whether to buy a property or choose a more affordable alternative. Let's move on to lesson 6, conversions, retrofits, and renovations. Wait, didn't we just do that? I think we did. One second. Oh, this is the second part. So lesson 6 is part 2 of lesson 5. Restrictions and limitations. Heritage buildings are protected by the Ontario Heritage Act based on their historic, cultural, or architectural importance. The Act imposes strict restrictions and limitations on renovations, replacement, or demolition of any protected features such as doors, windows, stonework, staircase, and so on. Increased cost. Renovations costs for heritage properties are generally more expensive. Property owners may have to pay more for skilled contractors. Replacement or repair of protected features. Experts to remove hazards and required insurance coverage. Due diligence. You should always exercise your due diligence when representing sellers or buyers. Take steps to take when representing properties that involve conversions, retrofits, and renovations. Um, Include ensuring that required building and electrical permits are obtained. Electrical work was done by qualified electricians. Inspections were completed by building and electrical inspectors. Findings about existing slash non-existing permits and inspections and latent defects are disclosed. Buyers understand the role and responsibilities of a building inspector during and completion of renovations. Yeah, so that was lesson 6. Lesson 7 is construction trends and innovations. Excuse me. So basically, there are construction trends. So basically, there are let me see. Construction trends and innovations offer buyers and homeowners many options for improving their quality of living, reducing cost, and increasing property value. Some of the trends are insulated concrete forms, exterior insulation and finishing systems, compressed wood fiber. Factory built homes. Factory built homes are becoming a popular alternative to traditionally built homes in Ontario. There are two categories of factory built homes: modular and manufactured. Components of these homes are built in factory and transported to site. Modular homes are installed permanently on a basement or foundation. Manufactured homes, in contrast, are typically mobile homes on wheels, although some modern models may not have wheels. Like modular homes, they are transported to the site and installed on blocks that are not fixed foundation, enabling a homeowner to move the home to a different location if required. Factory built additions to existing structures. Factory built units are also a good option for adding on to an existing structure to increase the home's living space. They may offer buyers and homeowners faster construction times, less expensive cost, and less disruption than traditionally built additions. Universal appeal and accessibility. Construction design is evolving to be universally appealing and offer more adaptability and flexibility for homeowners. In Canada, the concept of flex housing is an approach to build structures that can be readily adapted to homeowners' changing generational and accessibility needs, making it possible for homeowners to remain in their homes through various stages of life, from starting a family to retirement. Barrier-free property additions and modifications. A key principle of accessible construction design involves providing barrier-free access for people with access needs. The Ontario Building Codes includes requirements for interior and barrier-free features for public buildings to make them more accessible for all users regardless of their abilities. These features can also be used in residential homes and include wider door widths and hallways, lever door handles, lower light switches, no step entries, ramps, tactile walking surface indicators, elevators, and accessible bathrooms. So that was lesson 7. Lesson 8 is basically a part 2 of lesson 7. And safety systems. They talk about safety systems. Homes in Ontario must be built according to a minimum safety requirement stipulated by the Ontario Building Code, Fire Code, and Electrical Safety Code. Homeowners are legally required to have smoke and carbon monoxide alarms installed in their homes. In some regions of Ontario with high radon levels, So what is a radon? Radon is an invisible, odorless, tasteless gas produced by the decay of uranium that occurs naturally in the Earth's crust. Homeowners may choose to install radon detectors, although this is not a legal requirement. Causes of poor indoor air quality and pollutants. Building materials like adhesives, resins, fillers, and finishes can emit uh, volatile organic components, volatile organic compounds that negatively impact indoor quality. Poor indoor quality can contribute to sick building syndrome, which causes flu-like systems due to lack of proper ventilation and air filtration, and contaminants in the air. To reduce the adverse effect on indoor air quality, efforts are continually being made to develop low and zero emission products for the construction industry and consumers. Ways to improve indoor air quality. Many indoor air pollutants are odorless, possibly making homeowners incorrectly believe that their indoor air is clean when in fact it could be poor and affecting their health. Ways to improve air quality include installing ventilators and open windows and doors for air ventilation, using dehumidifiers to reduce humidity levels, using air purifiers and filters to reduce or prevent bacteria and air impurities, cleaning floors to avoid dust or allergens, putting floor, shoe, or boot mats outside access doors to keep dirt and pollutants outside the house, hiring specialists to monitor the air quality. A green building and air quality. Green building, so what is building? Green building, an energy efficient construction and operating methods used in residential and commercial structures with the intent of creating a beneficial impact on our climate and environment. So, green building involves the use of environmentally friendly methods, strategies, and produce in residential and commercial construction. Since air quality is a key consideration in green building, significant efforts are continually being made to to create materials and produce with and products with low or zero VOC emissions. So that was basically module 8. I hope I didn't mess up, or I hope you like it. Yeah. So that was pretty much it. Lesson 9 is basically summary practice activities. Should we go through it just in case? Let's just see. So, alright, let's go through it. I have like 5 more minutes. Exterior walls are available in range of materials that can offer structural support. Okay. Provide aesthetic. Okay. Alright, so let's drag each item to its appropriate area and click submit. So if I get this wrong, there's a lot of pressure. Okay, structural issues, non-structural issues, load-bearing wall, and drywall. Alright, we already know what this is. This is drywall. This is definitely a load-bearing wall. Horizontal that are visible, weather exposure that has discolored. So this is not a structural issue, and this definitely is a structure. Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. Jeez, okay, we got them all right. Let's continue. Alright, which of these statements are harmful installations are true? No conclusive evidence points to but a legal ban on its nevertheless due to controversy surrounding its negative impact. Okay, I'm not sure what are they talking about. They're talking about UFFI. Okay, basically this is true. Is a pellet-like insulation that could become airborne and inhaled. I believe this is true. I gotta go back to this. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure what vermiculite. Oh, I remember I was talking about this. I'm like, yo, what is this word? I couldn't pronounce this. All right. Asbestos was a What the hell? Asbestos was popularly used as an insulator in the early 90s, but it was banned due to. Oh, yeah, this is definitely true. Should be removed. No, this is false. Let's see what we got right and wrong. Oh, we got them all wrong. Yo, bro, I'm ready to take my exam, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm about to book my exam right now. Alright, what options could a salesperson use to support a buyer's decision if they are considering making cosmetic changes to their ceilings and internal walls? Click the correct choice. Oh, this is definitely changes to the ceilings and internal walls. Visually? Oh, okay. That's pretty. Let's see if I got it right. Yo, I'm on a roll right now. Oh, damn. Which of these statements of the building permits and permit process involve building inspectors are true? An application for a building permit must include detailed plan sketches and related documents about intended construction work. A building inspector is an independent assessor for hire who inspect. This is definitely true. A permission must be sought in advance to alter. Oh, this is definitely true. This is. I believe this is false. So let's just say it. Oh my god. All right, whoever jinxed me, I see you. So this was definitely true, and an application for a building. Okay, I kind of knew this was kind of true, but whatever. Uh, Wait, this is wrong. How? A building inspector is a municipal who is responsible for ensuring compliance with the scope of building permits in accordance with the Ontario Building Code. Inspections are typically performed. Okay, bro, we get it. Um, Applicants must be details. Okay, let's continue. What is the correct term and description of each item indicated in the body of text? A heritage designation typically protects a property historical, cultural, or architectural features. Before any work starts, a building permit must be obtained. Many owners or potential buyers may have two unrealistic expectations about renovating and not realize that it could cost more to renovate than a non-heritage building. Submit. Oh, we got them all right. Right. All right, last one. Which of these statements about universal appeal and accessibility are true? The Ontario Building Code supports the concept of universal. Yes, we do. Homeowners can apply to their local municipality for no, they cannot. Features can be added or modified inside and outside of the home to make it more accessible. Yes, they can. Let's see if we got them right. Oh, yes, we did. Alright, let's continue. So this was module 8. I hope you guys learned something. I definitely need to go back and read about Verma. Okay, I don't know that word. I'm just where. Okay, I'm gonna read it after I'm done this. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be doing module 9 soon. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.